My name is Ben Mack. The name of our organization is 50 Fathers Movement, Credible Messengers, USA. What we do is we develop leaders and we mentor people in the community to be community leaders. Well, my relationship to the probation system, I would just say the justice system, I was around when displacement was happening. 2009, I went to jail for what was supposed to be a 3-week stay, which turned into a 6-month visit in a Louisiana prison in Epps, where I was shackled and taken away from Harris County, where I was supposed to only serve 3 weeks. And then I was removed to Epps, where I was relocated, displaced, no one knew where I was. My mother had to actually find where I was. So that's how I was affected by the justice system. We had to do grievances, had to do all kinds of things to make sure that I was returned back to Houston. And that's how I was affected, because the federal agents actually asked us questions like, okay, how did this happen to you? We say, man, nothing happened at all. They just came in, grabbed us, snatched us up, threw us on a bluebird, and we were just taken away where had our heads shaved, and we were just put in cages. So yeah, I spent 6 months in a cage, or a literal cage, and then came back to Harris County to go do my last 3 weeks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This was a new thing. What they were doing was outsourcing. See, what prisons do is they get other prisons and they pay them money so that they can house you. When the prisons and the jails get too overfull, they get overfilled, they'll say, okay, we can still make money by outsourcing these inmates. So it's a big money game. So in the Epps prison, where I was outsourced to, we worked on the farm. I had to work from, I say, 5 in the morning till 7 p.m. I was the one who was doing the cook. I made about $10 a week, $10 a week. So I made like almost under $1, about $1 and some change a day. I worked every single day, 7 days a week, 5 to 7. That was my schedule. Even that, I was the cook and I was also the cleaner. I had to clean drawers. Yeah, it ain't nothing like cleaning 1,000 drawers. This is the process. See, in Epps, they were making people disappear. And if you tried to file a grievance, they'd put you in a hole. So I was a very outspoken person. I was organizing groups, I was already an organizer in jail. So they thought something was wrong with me because I would never give them my number, my name. They say, Akinola, give us your SPIN number. And I say, no, I'm not giving you my number. I would go against the system that they had designed. So they knew that this one right here was an outsider. He was an outcast. So I continued to write grievances to the warden. The warden got the grievances. And then one day, I say about a couple months later, came to my attention. They brought me in. Akinola, come up here and see the warden. Warden said, get your ass out of my prison. And that's how that happened. I was on the Bluebird back to Harris County that night because I was causing too much of a ruckus to stand up and don't take none of their stuff. No, the stay in Epps actually created something. I say it created a leader in me. I was placed in an uncomfortable position. See, I had never been to prison or even tried to intentionally go to prison. But even since that time, later on in life, I've become a prison minister. I go to, I'm with 3 different prison ministries where I go to prisons right now and I talk to youth and youngsters who are in the prison. We've aligned and assembled so many different healing circles in the prison to where now it's blowing up. We wanted to get media in the prison. Now that's happening. We wanted to get colleges and courses in the prison. Now that's happening. I was a part of a lot of things that began what's happening now. So, and it's a lot of good people in prison, man. It really is. It's just the system that says, okay, come to prison and work for us for free. Tyson Chicken. Okay, come and work for us for free. All these different companies that are being enriched by prison labor, it's a big money game. So why stop it now? It really makes me feel like who's pulling the strings? Who's the puppets and who's the puppeteers? When it comes to this voting game, I'll say, let's get a better understanding of what we're voting for. Let's get results. Let's see the blueprint. Let's stop just going off our feelings. Start going off of what we're dedicated and traditionally indoctrinated to. So when it comes to knowing that someone else's vote is different or matters the same as mine, I say my vote and my voice matters the most. Well, I mean, it's all about voice when it comes to this whole election, because we're doing voter engagement. A lot of us work together at voter engagement, civic engagement. The youth have given me a little bit of understanding with the Shut Up and Vote campaign, and I understand it now. You know, don't talk all that mess and you're not voting. You're not using your voice. So why are you talking? Just shut up and do what they want you to do. And what's that? Vote. Now, I'm not going to shut up and vote. I'm going to use my voice. I'm going to tell you about the sidewalks. I'm going to tell you about my community. I'm going to tell you about the potholes. I'm going to tell you about the certain things that I deal with on the local level. And until we start understanding each other on a local level, how are we going to start talking about the federal level and all these other things? So I say that in the lamest, low profile term to say it's time for us to really just use our voice, man. Time to put it out there that, you know, voting is important, especially to Gen Z, because a lot of Gen Zers, they going off the top of their head. They're the TikTok generation, but they got a lot of understanding. And that's the thing that you can utilize with the new generation. They have the understanding right there. You just have to give them the blueprint and you have to give them the guidance. So that's up to us.